This is really interesting. It says Carl.
What in the world is that? I mean, I've never seen anything like it. Hey, it's Jason with Denwerks. Got a really cool car today. It's a 1979 Mercedes-Benz 450 SL in metallic silver with a red interior. Super cool car. I bought this car back in July. Been driving it around a little bit, and it's time to sell it. It is a roadster, and it does have a soft top, which is black, and hard top with it. So it's got 80,000 miles. I actually bought it from a friend of ours. His dad had it in Arizona, and a few years ago, I think it was about 6 or 7 years ago, he ended up with the car and brought it up here to Oregon. So pretty cool car overall. It's got 80,000 miles on the odometer right now. We did a little bit of service to it in general, and I'll talk about that when we pop the hood. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the lights. Got marker lights, headlights, and bright lights. We've got our blinkers, and then we've got fog lamps. So all that's working up there, which is good. And if you look down the side, it's actually fairly straight and looks nice. It has been repainted one time, but overall the paint looks pretty good on the car. The tires are from 2000, I think they're 2015. They're hand cooks, and the size on them are P205 70/14s. You can see the wheels probably need to be repainted, but they're all matching around, and it also has the spares the same tire. So if you look across the bottom of the door, everything looks good. The car is not rusty. It's actually pretty clean in general. There's one little spot in the back I'll show you in a minute, and when I put it up on my lift, you can see it as well. You'll notice when I walk around, I might notice little tiny chips or something in the car in general, but there's nothing that really stands out really big. Chrome is actually pretty good. It's just a really nice driver overall. So bumper chrome is decent, but it needs probably a little polishing and stuff like that. You can see a couple little chips here in general. And underneath the car is very nice. When I have it up on my lift, it'll be pretty impressive. If you scroll to the end of the video, you'll notice how clean it is underneath the car. A little tiny indentation right there on the quarter panel. You can see couple little chips here on the car. Top is in actually really good condition overall. Little minor little scratch that might actually buff out. I never even tried it on that. Take a look at the wheel. Little chip right there. Right here, this is dented just a little bit. Something you probably wouldn't notice when you're standing around it, but now that I pointed out, you can see it's just a little wavy, and there's a little, right here's that little rust spot right there on the corner. Very, very minor. Go ahead and rev it up a little bit. You know, it does sound good. Go ahead and we'll go through the lights. Got tail lights, brakes, reverse, and I'm pretty sure, we got blinkers. Sorry about that. I'm pretty sure the license plate lights are both working there underneath. Just gonna go ahead and show you this side in general. Again, the paint's generally the same condition on this side. Little tiny scuff right there, nothing major. Wheel lips look good, they're not rusty. A couple little minor chips. Across the bottom of the door, the bottom of the quarter panel looks good. fender on this side, I do have a receipt for it. A few years back was repainted. And every once in a while, if you catch it in the light, it's just off just a little bit. Standing here, you probably wouldn't really notice it. And a lot of people don't even notice it. It's just I ran across the receipt and then thought, oh, I better double check the fender. So I looked, so now I can notice it sometimes in some of the light in general. Here's probably the biggest scuff on the car right here is a little chip there. So I just wanted to make you aware of that fender there. It can sometimes look a little off, but it doesn't look bad in general. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and show you some more stuff. All the VIN numbers are intact. You can see the VIN number here. Windshield's pretty good. A couple little, not any chips, but just normal little, you know, little rock divots just from driving. Pretty minor. So anyways, if you want to check us out on our website, it's denwerks.com. Right there's Denwerks. And check us out on Instagram, #Denwerks. And if you need any help selling your vehicle or anything like that, we'd be glad to help, as long as you want to show all the stuff that we show on our cars. So anyways, we'll show you the interior next. I wanted to go ahead and show you the interior. Again, look at the panels. All line up really nice. Shuts very nice in general. Interior is a red interior. And it actually looks really good. Very original. You can see a little bit of discoloration on that bead, but overall it's in good shape. You can see here the stitching that goes down the center here has come loose. And what it is there's the foam that's in the seats here. It's deteriorated a little bit underneath there, but the nice thing is very original seats. Overall, door panels look really good. You know, again, this is just a really nice driver in general. You can see the door jambs. I haven't seen any accidents on this car at all. You know, it's mostly just little cosmetic things, but overall looks pretty nice inside here. You can see the catalyst sticker, VIN numbers and all that. You can see a minor little tape line right there around the door. Look at the end of the door. It's actually really clean. You can see a little bit of wear on some of the rubber gaskets and different things. You can see right here on this pillar, it's worn off. Dash pad is really nice. Looks good. Steering wheel looks good. Center console in good shape. Right underneath here, you can see a couple little round marks there. I don't know what they are. Probably a coin or something got stuck underneath there. A couple little cracks right there in the veneer, but overall looks good. I'm going to show you. You can see the courtesy lights are working underneath there too. One little tiny, real small little crack in that edge on the dash, but you know, it's maybe a 1/4 inch long. Take a look at this side. Check at the door. Shuts very nice. Again, seat looks good on this side. You know, the carpet's in decent shape. Show you the glove box. This is the tool for the, and you have to have both of these for the top. Putting the hard top on. It's got an armrest. Back here, the carpet's a little faded, and this is the factory first aid kit. You know, overall pretty clean. You can take a look at the door panel there. You know, actually pretty clean door panels overall. Look at the jambs. Again, you can see that little tiny paint line there, but overall, nice car. I'm going to go ahead and show you some more stuff. go ahead and show you the trunk real fast. The trunk is in good shape. Overall, the carpet is decent. You know, this is a 1979, so it's not perfect. We got our spare underneath here. Hopefully you can see that. It's an older tire on it, but the spare looks really good. And then also the battery is underneath there. And you can see the jack is all in there. Original stickers. Yeah, and inside the quarter panels look really good on the car. In general, you can see the gutter looks good, in a nice shape. And underneath the trunk lid, you know, real nice overall. So I think this here is probably for a light in here, and I don't see that anything turning on in there. So I'm guessing that's what that's for. So anyways, we'll go ahead and show you some more stuff. Hey, we're going to go ahead and show you underneath the hood. There's a lever underneath the dash. You can hear, and then there's a little switch right there, little handle. Hopefully you can see that in there. It took me a while to find that before. See a little chip right there, but anyways, the engine compartment overall is actually in pretty decent shape. You can see there's not any accidents or anything up here. Everything looks good. Original tag. Fluids have been changed and everything, so it's in pretty good shape. We did, you know, this is a common problem here, this heater box switch, and to run the heater in the car, the coolant runs through it. This is an updated version now, so a lot of, because once those crack, they start deteriorating. They're very expensive. You can barely find one. So we do have the original unit in here, so this is an upgraded unit. You guys already probably know about that. So we also did that to the car. We also have a new fuel pump, fuel filter in the back, and a little actuator back there as well. Overall looks clean though. You can see the firewall looks in good shape. It does have one little tiny oil leak. When I have it up on my lift, I'll show you. It's one little drip that maybe will do a dime size after you drive it. Underneath here, you can see the insulation has come off the hood in general. So, but notice the aprons are real nice in general. You also see right here this reservoir has a little tiny crack right there in the top. So go ahead and start it up. We did replace the valve cover gaskets, by the way, before I started driving. You know, it does sound good, runs good. It seems to be pretty good repair-wise and stuff. So, you know, I've driven it quite a bit, and you know, it drives nice in general. So we'll go ahead and show you some more stuff. Hey, we're driving around the 450 SL, just checking out stuff. You can see the radio works. I didn't have it. Out here in the country, it's actually hard because we don't get the stations very good out there, but it does work. Heater works good. You can see here the blinkers are working, both sides, and then the if you look here, you can see the bright lights are working as well. Horn works. And you also notice, and this is amazing, the clock's working, Tach's working, speedometer, everything's working. Look at the oil pressure. It's actually really good on the car in general. Power windows. You can see this is working. Then over there on the other side, that works as well. So anyways, we're just cruising around a little bit. The wipers work. The dash lights are being a little bit dim, and while I'm driving here, there's probably there's a little turn. Oh, there we go. They were turned down, so you can see the dash lights are working. And in general, right here is the what's that called?
Cruise control.
Cruise control. The cruise control, I'm not sure if it works exactly. You can hit Excel, and now it's actually speeding up a little bit, but I don't know if I don't know how to make it stay on, so I don't know if it's 100% working. So, but I know that it will speed up when you push it, and in general. So, anyways, everything seems to be working fairly good inside here. So, we'll go ahead and you can see the flasher light is working there. Overall, really nice driving car in general. It's just a joy to drive in general. So things that you probably want to do to it down the road is maybe just do a minor tune-up and just general stuff of just owning one of these cars in general. But it drives nice, and we'll show you some more stuff. Enjoy the ride. Hey, here we are. Just want to take a look underneath the Mercedes here for you. You're obviously going to see all the still photos and everything like that, but just wanted to show you underneath with the video. You can kind of poke at different things and just show different things in general. So by talking about it, then better than a photo. So this is actually the second thing I look at whenever I look at a rig. Anyways, the first thing I look at is like, that's a pretty nice looking rig, but then I'm immediately underneath, because I want to look at structure, I want to look at rust issues and different problems. So we'll go ahead and start from the front to the back. This car is actually really solid in general. I haven't seen any major accident damage or anything like that. I'm going to get my flashlight out. Here you can see the front, bottom of the fenders. Everything actually looks really clean, hasn't been hit or anything like that. Everything looks pretty nice underneath here. You know, I don't think the suspension or anything's been rebuilt, but it actually drives nice. The brakes are actually fairly new. I'll take the tires off so you can see them in a photo in general, but the brake shoes and everything look nice. The rubber hard lines look like they're in good shape too. We inspected them the other day. Tires are from 2015, so you can see right there the date code. It shows 4715. When there's 4 digits, that means it's in the 2000s, and then 15 on the end there is 2015, and they do all match around. You'll see a little bit of dampness, mostly around the oil pan, it looks like, but you can see a little dampness here. It doesn't leak on the floor up front or anything like that, but we do get a little drip right here. There, you can see it right there, and just a little bit of dampness. I probably think it's coming from the back of the oil pan. I'm not 100% for sure. Don't see a lot of wetness up through these vents. But you can see that little drip there. So after you drive it, you will get a little drip on the floor, maybe a little dime size after it spreads out a little bit. So just wanted to point that out. Transmission looks good as well. So not any leaks, but a little bit of dampness in general. So
you know, for a car that's a 1979 with 80,000 miles on it, it's actually in really good shape. You can see this body mount here looks good. It's not rusty. I took pictures of up underneath the wheel wells here, and you can see here the shock mount area looks nice. It's not rusted, and back behind the headlight area, it's not rusted or hit or anything like that. It actually looks really clean. I'll just take you over to the driver's side real fast. You know, it looks real good overall. So hopefully that gives you just a good view of what I'm seeing here. You can see the shock mount looks good. Up here below the cowl looks in good shape as well. Rockers look nice. We did just paint them real quick, just because, you know, they get little rock chips and they just get dirty looking, especially being black. So this has just been painted underneath here, but you can see the jack mounts. Everything looks good. No problems at all around those. Inside the rocker, this pinch weld, everything looks good. It's not rusty. You know, this car is actually really solid overall. You can see the floors look in great shape. You can see up here, again, the floors are real nice in the car. You know, this car again came out of Arizona and came up to Oregon here a few years ago. Just go ahead and look at the bottom of the rocker here. That looks good. Take a look at the back floors. Again, the body mount looks good. The rubber looks good. But main thing is I'm looking at no rust or anything like that. You know, you look at back here. This is underneath the behind the back seat area. Very, very clean overall. You can see the axle boots back here. They look good. They're not cracked or anything like that. Not leaking. So I think they're in pretty good shape for now. You can see a little dampness here on the rear end. We did check the oil in it. Could be coming from the plug there, but I imagine there's just from being old, a little dampness, but you know, nothing hits the floor there. You can see it's got a new cat and a partial exhaust on it as well, all the way back here. Original muffler and pipes on the back. These are new here. We actually put those on the car. If you look back here at the trunk drop off, it looks good, but there's a little rust spot that I already showed you before, just right there at the back. You can see that'd be fairly easy to fix, but you can see right here it comes through just on this side there. So hopefully you can see that. And you can see this was dented just a little bit, little dent right here. So, but you know, when it's on the ground, you don't really notice too much. Look at the spare tire area. It looks good. So there's no rust around here and no accident damage. You can see here this back of the quarter looks good. Behind the valance looks in good shape as well. And if you look up inside this trunk drop off again, great condition. You know, just take a look at the wheel wells. Sorry I'm spending a little bit more time here, but I just want you to see structurally the car is in actually really good shape overall. And let's take you over on this side real fast. You know, it looks good overall. So anyways, this is a no reserve auction, so if you got questions, let me know. You can make comments, and you know, if you see something you need more information on, just let me know. I'd be glad to help you out. So anyways,
It is no reserve. Thanks for taking a look, and happy bidding.